Can Terra Luna Classic make a comeback? Who's going to win the race, Luna or Terra Luna Classic? This is going to be a very interesting video, and a lot of people are calling Terra Luna to go to $1. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to stick around, smash that subscribe button, let's take it. So guys, real quick, we're going to be having a look at Terra Luna Classic, some price predictions on the Luna, the real one or the updated one. And of course, we're going to be having a look at the old Terra Luna Classic LUNC BUSD chart. So we're going to be having a look at two chart analysis, see what we can do, and that's about it. So first of all, going back to this real quick, Terra Luna 2.0 is here, as you guys can see. Can it potentially make a comeback? Now this is Terra Luna 2.0 right here, which is Luna, and of course Luna Classic is the old one, which is Terra V1, traded at 0.301271. Now the blockchain has been halted, as you guys can see. UST has been halted as well. Now right here we're seeing a comment, a very interesting comment saying, LUNC, how many agree LUNC will go to $1 in 2022? Now guys, that is a very crazy prediction. I mean, I don't know if these people are serious or not, but we need to understand that Luna or Terra Luna Classic is essentially a meme coin now. People are going to be buying this as a meme to have fun and whatnot. Now the circling supply is 6.58 trillion. So in order for Terra Luna Classic to go to $1, we would need a market cap of 6.583 trillion. Now here's the thing. The thing is that Terra Luna can't really work with without USD, right? And in order for, how did it work? How did the peg work? In order for essentially USD to go back up, they would need to burn USD, right? And this is how they were trying to save it at the beginning. They were trying to burn USD, and then in order for them, and every time they would burn USD, the supply of Terra Classic would go up. And before, how did it work? Is every time they would burn Terra Classic, which is LUNC right now, the supply of Terra USD would go up. So this is how they were able to peg essentially the dollar. Was algorithmic, and it wasn't such a great idea. It wasn't so good, as you guys can see. I mean, this thing did crash, 245 million market cap. No one's really traded. The circling supply is 9.82 billion. Now going back to Terra Luna, the real one, or Terra V2, it's not really backed by anything, so there's no stable coin behind it like Terra V1. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to win the race. I mean, right now it seems like Terra Classic is winning right here. The market cap of Terra Luna is $205 million. Market cap, yeah, this is the market cap. Volume to market cap is 17%. So 33%, $33 million is the volume traded. 17% other market cap is being traded, which is not high. Now, if we go back to Terra Luna, almost at $1 billion in market cap, okay, 27% of the market cap is being traded, $218. So people are trading Terra Luna. It seems like the community is heavily backed by Terra Classic. It seems like people don't want Terra Luna V1. I mean, Terra Luna V2, it seems like people, the hardcore, are sticking to Terra Classic, and they're going to keep buying and etc. Now, here's the thing. In order for people are saying, yes, well, we could burn Terra Luna in order for, Luna to go up and then leave USD behind. Yes, but here's the thing. You could manually, if this could be community driven. So if the community is strong enough and they get together and they're like, okay guys, let's do this. Terra Luna, we're going to bring it back to $1, but first we have to burn it, right? Well, here's the thing. 3 billion of Luna, or the Luna V1, has been burnt, right? Which is roughly 0.044701% of the total supply. So not even 1% have been burnt. Now, of course, the Terra Luna or the LUNC people are like, all right, they're getting together and like, okay, guys, let's dump all of the Luna, whatever you don't have, into this to bring the blockchain back to reality and to the ecosystem and to make it live, right? But the thing is that it's almost impossible. I mean, people are not really burning at a high rate, as you guys can see right here. $324,000. I mean, Luna, that is not a lot too. Look, less than one. People are like, this is like jokes, right? People are like just throwing 10,000 Lunas worth a couple of cents. I mean, nothing too crazy. No one is really like burning a high amount. I mean, we saw this guy make a massive donation of 1.4 billion Luna. It seems like this guy is a hardcore Terra Luna holder, and he seems like he wants it to go back up, but I don't think that's the case. I mean, that was a fairly big donation. I believe this was a few days ago or last week that this happened. So this is why Terra Classic did pump, or has been pumping. Now, so going into some technical analysis real quick, this is the new Terra Luna chart, as you guys can see right here. This was the fork, whatever you want to call it, and of course we came all the way back down and came all the way back up, but nothing too crazy. This is the chart that's not really being traded so much. 205 million market cap, and we've just been going sideways. I mean, nothing too crazy. We've been going sideways, And in my opinion, I don't know if we're going to break this trend. Of course, Terra Luna can go to $29. Yes, the new one can definitely go to $29 because the market cap wouldn't be so high, right? 16, it would just be 16 times this market cap, 205, right? So if you do the math, that's not so crazy. That's $3 billion, right? That's not an insane amount. We saw Terra Luna go to 30, $40 billion market cap. But the thing is that our people, our investors, will investors trust Luna? I mean, we know this is not backed by USD or anything like that, like we saw in Terra Classic, right? So it's very, very different than Lunk or Luna Classic or Luna V1, right? So this is that. I mean, it's been pretty dead. While this has been dead, we're seeing Terra V1 exploding. I mean, yes, we saw this nice little consolidation, the same exact as Luna V2, but except Luna V2 didn't take off. Luna or Lunk V1 did take off. We exploded pretty nice. Now, we went up 50% in the past couple of weeks, or 10 days, I would say. Yeah, in the past 8 days, we exploded 50%. That is pretty good. The question is, are we going to continue that trend to the upside? Are we going to continue to want it to 200, 300, 400%? Will Terra Luna go to 0.001? Very possible. I mean, this can definitely, in my opinion, 5, 10x still if investors are crazy enough. And the reason why I say this is because the market cap is only 800 million. Well, not only, it's almost a billion in a bear market. Now, assuming this comes back in a bull market, right, and the market cap is still above 500 million, this is a lot of money. People are going to dump their money as essentially like they did to Shiba, to Doge. I mean, we saw what happened to Doge, right? It was going sideways. It was a meme coin. A lot of people thought it was BS. And then boom, all of a sudden in the bull market in 2020, all the way till 2021 or end of 2021, it just took off. Everything started exploding. It went to like almost $80 billion market cap. So can Terra Luna V1 explode 10x? Very possible. That would be fairly in an $8 billion market cap, which is very doable in my opinion. But I wouldn't bank on it. I mean, we're going to have to see. It seems like the Luna V1 community is, they're not backing off. They seem very bullish for some reason. And where we are making some higher lows right here, which is very nice. And as we know, guys, the trend is your friend. But they seem pretty... It seems like they don't want to die without sinking with their ship, essentially. But it's okay. I completely understand that. But it seems like we are making some a nice little trend line right here. So we're going to have to see how this plays off. Of course, we are still in a bear market at the end of the day, guys. So this is that. But in my opinion, if we do break this resistance within next week, we could see Terra Luna run, actually. We could see Terra Luna run 5, 10, even 20%, 20x in a bear market, actually. Yes, this is a pretty big important level right here. As you guys can see, the volume is pretty big. I don't know if you guys can see right here, but that's that. If we have a look on the lower time frames right here, after this nice little run, it seems like we're just cooling off, having a nice little consolidation period, or period or consolidation phase, which is quite healthy in my opinion. Consolidations like this, when we see a pump, is very healthy, because what is going on right now? Well, we're seeing Terra Luna consolidate, right? Terra Luna V1, but it's actually going down. The RSI is actually going down. So this is actually very good, because we're seeing that the RSI is going down, and this can potentially be a relief, or not a relief rally, but give some room to grow. Now, we know anything that's above 70 on the RSI is overbought, so investors are going to be looking to sell, and anything that's below 30 is oversold, right? So right here on the RSI, we were below 30, and guess what happened? We were below 30. Investors are like, okay, guys, that's it. We're below 30. It's time to buy. Boom. We took off. We literally absolutely took off like a shooting rocket. If you guys bought right here 50% in a bear market, that is insane. To be up 50% in a bear market is crazy in my opinion. And we're currently down 6%, of course, and that is only because of, guys, I mean, look at that. We had one candle that went up 30%, so of course you're going to have these nice little drops, 6-7%. Nothing too crazy. We had this nice little correction, and then boom, to the top side. In my opinion, I think we're going to see Terra Luna break to the upside very soon. Maybe we're going to make a nice little retest to 0.3016. So we're going to have to see how this happens. If that does happen, this is probably going to be another 30% pump. And if we do manage to close above this level right here, that's going to be huge. But honestly, guys, don't be too optimistic that Terra Luna is going to go back to $1. That would be insane. I mean, unless the whole community gets on Reddit and they're like, okay, guys, time to dump our Lunas. Everyone dump 1 billion worth of Luna, or not 1 billion, but let's say 500 million or 400 million. All the whales should be dumping their Lunas. Then it's a different story, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. If there is a chance, it's probably going to be Luna 2.0, Luna V2. The thing is, I don't know how I don't know if the community trusts Do Kwon. I don't know if the community trusts Terra Luna V2. It's going to be very, very interesting, though, to see if this can sustain or hold in the next bull market, or even be here in the next bull market. I do think that Terra V1 will be here in the next bull market. I don't know about Terra Luna V2, but if there is something that would be more realistic, that would make more sense to buy, would obviously be Terra Luna V2, which is currently traded at 161. Market cap is pretty low, and it seems like there's more serious people. I mean, the supply right here is 127. It's proof of stake, I believe. I mean, there's not really anything here to tell me like right here. I mean, here we know there was some DeFi store of value. We saw a little, usually it tells you if it's proof of stake or proof of work. I'm assuming it's proof of stake, but we're gonna have to see how this plays out in the next few months in this bear market and in the next bull run. So guys, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe for daily updates, and I will see you guys in my next video tomorrow.